Today we're talking about industry connections in the tabletop gaming space in Los Angeles and around the world. This is the Dice, Cards, and Coffee videocast. I'm Dustin from BG's Tabletop.
And I'm Dave from Fire and Dice.
And we're joined by Banzainator, a family-friendly board game and video game streamer. We got it. Banzainator, welcome to the show. If you don't mind just sharing a little bit about yourself and what you do in the tabletop gaming space.
Hi, everyone. Yes, thank you for having me. My name is Banzainator. I also go by Bonds for short. And I stream Monday to Friday on Twitch. But since I've been doing that for almost 6 years now, I do part-time. I've also been creating content on various social media platforms and working with companies in the board gaming scene. It's been so much fun. I've been able to make it my full-time job since January of 2025.
That's super awesome.
That's awesome.
I know I'm trying to remember where we crossed paths. I probably saw some of your content on like Instagram or something, and then we invited you to LFG Con. So first off, thank you for joining us at LFG Con.
Oh, that was so much fun.
How did you first start in the industry? Did you start with content creation? Were you on Instagram first? Where did you first get started?
I was first on Instagram. I started playing board games after college. And when my friend was having my friend started collecting all these board games and we started playing, I was like, okay, we need to post on Instagram. So that's how I got my start when the pandemic hit in 2020 and I started playing Animal Crossing and I started streaming. All of us were on our own. And that's when I was like, all right, I need to make a Twitter. I need to start, establishing myself on Twitch. And so I wanted to grow that way. And that's why I started doing everything everywhere.
Nice.
Super awesome.
What was your first board game that
My first board game in the hobby was the Castles of Burgundy.
It's a good one.
Castles of Burgundy. And then what was your first, when you first started creating content, you said it was around the pandemic. What was the first board game content that you either streamed or made content for?
I don't remember. I really don't remember. I think I just started using the board games I already had in my home. And I would just open it up and just show chat what these board games were. And I would just talk about them and I would say a little blurb of what they were about and why people should play them. And that was all done on live stream. But I don't remember the first board games. It could have been Castles of Burgundy or maybe a villainous game from Ravensburger.
Okay. That's really cool. Remember the pandemic was a pretty interesting time when it comes to board game and what publishers were doing. I know I remember Codenames Czech Games Edition, they released their web-based Codenames game. Wavelength, I think, had a kind of web-based game, or maybe it's a third party that helped create it. Did you use any of these platforms like Board Game Arena, anything like that?
Tabletop Simulator
for some content creation?
In the very beginning, no, I didn't even know what Board Game Arena was. I actually just started really using it last year in 2025.
Oh.
So yeah, I was never really that type of person to do stuff online. And I really like the analog aspect of board games because I also play a lot of video games. So for me, it was I'm not going to play a board game online. I'm going to play a video game. But eventually I started when I got Steam and I had a PC because I first started streaming on a MacBook Pro. So everything was Apple and Steam doesn't really work on that. So I started getting Patchwork on Steam later on and I would play Patchwork and some Steam games. Yeah.
That's cool. Patchwork, this is a 2-player game. Did you have someone that you would play against or is it computer based? You can play against the AI?
You could play against bots. They have one named after the designer and his wife. It's really fun. And they're really difficult. They're extreme hard mode. And it's Ute and Ue. And then you can also play with people online if they're your Steam friend. And that's what I would do. Sometimes I play with people in chat while live streaming, or I just play offline with some people.
That's super awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome that that's a thing now that you can do because video game streamers, they would do that to play with chat. but now you can do that with board games. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So I want to kind of shift gears a little bit to our topic of the episode, which is like industry connections. You started streaming. You had mentioned maybe you just showed off some board games when you were first starting with the pandemic. When did you first start connecting with publishers? What did that look like? Like, do you have any advice to new folks that are looking to form those kind of connections?
When I first started doing that, it was a lot different of an environment than if someone were to hop in right now. So I might just give some tips on how to do it if you're entering the scene right now. When I started doing it, it was during the pandemic. So things operated a little bit differently. And the budget was a lot different as well. Since then, we've had a lot of shifts in like employment, and the tariffs did damage a lot of things. You know, we live in a politically impactful environment when it comes to this industry. So decisions that can be made outside of our control will really affect how things are done. And so if you're brand new getting started, my number one thing is to put your email on how companies will contact you. And you need to put that email in a very accessible like area. And I know you don't want to get like spammed, you know, you don't want your email to get sold. So like, how are you going to do it in a way where like companies can still contact you, but you're not just like pasting it everywhere? And I think having like a link tree or anything like that, and like discouraging companies from messaging you and doing business on social media platforms, and always steering them back to your email is going to be really helpful. Keeping track of everything in one place is very helpful.
Yeah, I really like that advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At our store, we've had one email for like 10 years, and finally we're like, all right, we got to do separate emails. And now it's nice to have it all separate, but now it's like, since we're new to it, we got to double check all the emails and make sure it's getting sent to the right place.
I do like using Google. Google has really helped me for a lot of things. I mean, we're recording right now on Google.
Yeah.
So we, you know, all the calendar stuff, all like the collaborations, like Google has been really, really helpful for me. I was a analog type person. I used to have my physical Erin Condren calendars like in the spiral notebooks that I would customize with stickers. And like that's how I lived my life for like years. And it wasn't until the pandemic I remember throwing my Erin Condren 2020 planner away. And I was so sad because I was like, this year is trashed. And like I threw this planner away and I started using Google Calendar and it was all empty. But it's actually picked up now and it's very, very useful. So if you're brand new, also use Google.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Not an ad, not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Yeah, I remember when we reached out, you had mentioned to contact you through email, and that's what I tell my staff and everyone, like, just send us an email, because if I don't have an email of it, I'm probably going to lose the information. And then again, like digging through where and what you talked about through different like social media messaging apps and emails, it's really great to have it in one place.
Yeah.
We set up on our Facebook, Instagram, automated message. Please send emails for this or this and that.
Yeah, I have 2 people right now that I'm trying to work with, and they want to talk outside of email just because like the email is very static and very, less personal for them. And I understand that. So I'm actually trying to talk with someone right now on Discord through Discord DMs. But then after that, I'm actually going to write a summary and email them again and be like, no, like we need to bring it back now. Like I'm not keeping track of everything on Discord DMs.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it can be very challenging when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, Discord gets it's getting very clunky now. Like
they don't have a search feature when it comes to DMs. So
I know I was looking at what challenging too, especially when you have so many different people you contact. I know I was looking for someone like that I had chatted with a couple years ago, and they were someone that was coming to LFG Con is like, oh, I'm pretty sure we chatted at the store. And I was like trying to look, and my DMs only went so far, and I couldn't go back to like where we had talked before.
Yeah, like I have a Facebook group for some of my board game group, and it's just chat just scrolls, stuff gets lost, and it's like, hey, what happened to something? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Email. So that's I think a really great piece of advice. And as far as like, how would you go about networking in this space? So if they wanted to, start making publisher contacts or reach out to publishers or even just like other content creators or maybe reaching out to game stores, what advice would you give?
I think that people are trying to like jump the hard part and the free stuff and go straight to making money. And I like that ambition, and that's like a good goal to have, but I think that it's really difficult. So like I think making money should be a result of what you're already doing, and you won't get that right away. So in the beginning, you should just do stuff with what you have and just do it. Like if you can't build up that consistency and you can't show that you are doing stuff with stuff you already have, then it's going to be really hard to pitch to a company. And then once you have like examples of what you do, when my advice is to fill out go to those company websites. I think like I don't know if Allplay has one, but they're like, "Are you media? Fill out this form and maybe we'll contact you when we have stuff for you." And you fill out your form and you can like provide links and stuff. And if it's completely empty and you don't have anything to show for it, then they're probably not going to contact you, or you'll be at the bottom of their list. So you really just need to start working with what you have. And then when you start like reviewing stuff and doing more and more, or whatever you want to do, if it's not reviews, doing more and more, then people start like reaching out to you. And then that's when you can be like, okay, I've started getting enough done and now I can start charging. It's like, how much are you going to charge? There's no right answer. It's whatever you feel like that is worth versus like what you can get. So like I think my reels, my Instagram reels are worth more than what I charge, but I know that if I charge more, then I'll get less work. So it's like, okay, this is my full-time job. Am I trying to pay my bills at 100%, like guarantee I'll be able to pay my bills? Or is it like, oh my gosh, like I have enough money to pay my bills and this work is becoming really overwhelming. I can't take on more work. So then you start raising your prices because people will start saying no back at you. If you raise your prices, they're going to say, no, we can't afford that, or we don't want to pay that. So then you like lower it back down. So there's no right answer. Sometimes people want you badly enough to be able to be like, you know what, we'll make our budget work, we'll pay you. But then they might not hire you again because they know that you're really expensive. So really just depends like, okay, like what's your quality of work? I work with someone in the industry that makes actual commercials and commercial quality, and they charge a rate that is so much higher than mine. But I also just use my cell phone and I edit off of my phone and I use whatever I have. Whereas my friend, they actually like rent studio spaces. They hire real actors, they hire real models. They have to pay a ton of people. They have like thousands of dollars worth of equipment. So when they're charging that rate, you're getting that quality of product. So it's really just like start with what you work with, fill out those forms on different websites and different company websites. You're probably going to have to do stuff for free. And then when people start contacting you, then you're like, okay, I can like maybe start charging. If you go to different conventions and those conventions have different companies and you can pitch yourself to them, then you're going to want like a business card with maybe like a QR code. I don't have QR codes, but I don't really want them. I don't think they look that good. I'm going for more of like a visual business card. And some people give out pens and stuff, just something for them to remember you with like a small pitch if they're willing to listen. Because you never want to force yourself into a company. It's really rude and actually like does the opposite of what you want. And one more thing, when you go to conventions and let's say you're okay doing stuff for free because you're just trying to like get these games that are out yet or that just came out, and you're like, I'll do this for free, but like I need one of these games, I can't afford it. Like I have seen content creators with thousands of followers be so extremely pushy. It was disgusting. I was like, y'all are making me sick. Like I don't even want to watch your content because you're so pushy and you're so needy. And then you like get offended when companies are like, sorry, we don't have any more of these games to give you because we sold them all and we actually like made money off of them. And then they're like offended because they didn't get their free game. It's like, oh, fine, I guess I won't do a review for you. And then the company's like, okay, like, so like, we don't like, okay, like have a good day. So like, I've actually seen that IRL at a convention before, and I was appalled. And I was like, you're making content creators look bad. So like, don't be pushy, be polite. And like, the world doesn't revolve around you. Like you can't get every game that's brand new and coming out, even if you're willing to do it for free. Like, just be humble and work with what you got.
Yeah, that's really really good advice.
Sounds like there's been a more recent like same situation with like food reviewers, stuff like that. Yeah, they expect free food or something, you know. And then you'll see other content creator who will, you know, record, they'll pay for their meal, give an honest review, and then just put it out there. That's coming up a lot now these days.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. They'll just you know, they want to go eat, they'll record, they're like, oh, this business looks like they have no one eating there. They'll go and then try their food, record it, pay the bill, and then they'll post it. And next time they'll revisit, they'll be like, oh, thank you for coming, doing the review.
Oh,
all that stuff. So
see, I think that's better. I think that's like, first of all, more authentic for the viewer too, because like they're not trying to do it to benefit themselves. They're almost like helping the restaurant.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wanna go back to what you said about how to charge. I think that was probably the best advice I've ever heard someone share as far as like how to decide how much to charge for your service, especially when it comes to like content creation, because that balance is very important. And deciding what is feeling right for you, but also weighing in the factor that like once you do raise your prices, things are gonna maybe slow down, but also if you're super busy, that makes sense to raise your price. So I really think that was a really solid piece of advice. And then I had one other thing, but I don't remember. It was a follow-up question. Maybe I'll remember here.
Like the price charging thing it's almost similar to like supply and demand, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're mentioning, oh, I'm getting super busy, so I have to raise my price, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
like
supply and demand.
I'm in a point. So like at the time of this recording, so in January of 2026, I had very little work. I was very, very worried if I could even stay doing this. And I was very stressed out. And like, I don't even want to say how little I made because it would be like, how did you survive? It was really, really rough. And now in February, and it's like, you know, almost done with the month. I've been able to get so much work that I know I didn't charge enough. But I've already locked that price in. And now I'm like, crap, I don't have enough time before all these Kickstarters launch, because what I do for work, I guess I didn't mention that, is I offer live stream playthroughs on Twitch, and then I clean up the VODs for YouTube. I can send out collaboration links, and companies can use the YouTube videos for their Kickstarter campaigns, their Game Found or whatnot, backer kit, and they can like do whatever they want with them. The content is theirs to use. If they want short form content, I'll like do like a Instagram reel or whatnot. It'll be less than a minute, and they can also like use that file, email the file to them however they want, and they can also use that. They can use it for ads. They can use our Kickstarter page. They can use it on their own profiles. They can post it anywhere. Like I don't restrict them from using it after they pay me, and I just release it to them. So that's just what I do. I know a lot of content creators have more of like a lock on their content afterwards, which is fine. But it's just, you know, what you have to communicate what you're willing to do after you're done with it. So anyway, I know that because I got all this like flood of stuff before March, which is when a lot of stuff launches on crowdfunding campaigns. I know I charged too little because I was starving in like January. And now I'm like, crap, I have way too much. But now it's too late. I have to get it all done. So now I'm stressed out.
Yeah, I guess in the industry, you do need to follow the trend of when new stuff release, I guess. I didn't really think about that.
Yes, yes. So like after US Thanksgiving, the industry slows down until after Chinese New Year. And this year was a little bit odd for me because a lot of Kickstarters are in March, and it was odd because I got contacted before Chinese New Year's ended. So I am grateful for that. And in December, I was actually finishing up work from before November. So my only lull was really like Christmas to February, but it was a really, really bad lull. Like it was like I cannot do that next year. I have to maybe get like a part-time like retail job or something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think at least for myself too, I can empathize with the ebbs and flows of business too. I think there's certain moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, how are we gonna pay for this product that I have to pay for next week? And then the next week I'm like, wow, I got plenty of money for next month.
That's part of retail. Is you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really I mean that's just business and freelance, same thing, you're owning something, you got to pay the rent, you got to pay the bills. If there's less business, your bills don't care about that. They still need to be paid in full by the deadline, and that's really stressful. So freelance and business ownership isn't for everyone, and that's okay. I think everyone needs to do what's best for them. And if that means only doing stuff for fun and not worrying about getting paid, then okay. Then just do it. You don't need to listen to this podcast to just start. Like, just do it.
Right. Yeah. I think that's solid advice too. Is
it's definitely
you don't need to go all in.
Start somewhere.
Awesome. So we're kind of running out of time here, but I want to go to our game. But before we do go to our game, do you have any like last words of advice or anything that you want to share with anyone listening that would be helpful?
Well, I would say just have fun. I think a lot of people don't have fun. And, we are so lucky to be able to play games. I think that a lot of people take it for granted. And I also want to just say, like, be nice, because a lot of people, if you're really heavy into this hobby, like maybe you're listening to this because you play board games all the time. A lot of people don't. And if they don't know something, like just be nice, because I've seen people be mean, and that's really discouraging even to me. I'm like, I don't want to play a game with you if you're going to be mean, that someone is not as good as you. So just be nice and have fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think sometimes a lot of us forget how involved we are in the hobby when someone new comes in, that they may not know a lot of the aspects of the hobby that, like, I mean, George is in here, but with his coffee shop, he gets folks in all the time. And then I know I get every once in a while, like, maybe not quite as often as George, but we get new people that, they've played Catan is kind of their level of into the hobby they are. So it's always great to be nice to someone that's just getting in.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's jump into our game. I threw both Dae and Bonds on the spot with this one. It's 2 Truths and a Lie, and something I do as my icebreaker when I used to teach English. So I have mine, but I want to defer to our guest, and if you want to go first, or if you want one of us to go first.
I can go first. I'm ready.
Cool. Let's go.
I wrote it down. Okay, so here's my 2 truths and a lie. I've never played these board games. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Frosthaven, Pandemic, Mansions of Madness.
Oh, I like this. So this is the 2 truths and a lie, deciding which one you have never played.
I've never played these board games. Frosthaven, Pandemic, Mansions of Madness. So I don't know if you need clarification, but I have played one of them. I have not played 2 of them.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, so it's reversed.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no.
You gave me a prompt and I went with it.
I like it as a fun 2 truths and a lie. So we're trying to figure out which one you have not played, right?
Yeah.
Which one you have played?
Which one I have played?
Which one you have played out of those 3?
I guess that's not really two truths and a lie. Whatever.
No, it works.
No,
you would just,
yeah,
you just
yeah,
have
you
to
have not
reverse
played,
it.
yeah.
You would say, yeah.
I have
So we're
played.
trying to figure out which one you've
You have
played
not.
out of the three. I would say, I think, I don't know.
It feels like
I like this.
It's a trap.
Because Frosthaven is like, if you're really into the hobby and you like those games, or even if you don't like those games, you've probably tried Frosthaven. Pandemic's the one that like almost everyone has played in the hobby.
Yeah,
and
sounds
then
like a
Mansions
trap.
of Madness is.
I want to say that you have played Mansion of Madness. Only reason because you mentioned Gloomhaven. Although you don't really need to play Gloomhaven to play Frosthaven.
I'm gonna go with
But-
Pandemic.
Okay. Both of you are wrong.
Oh.
So it was Frosthaven.
So you played Frosthaven.
I have played Frosthaven. I have never played Pandemic or Mansions of Madness.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we should have went through your content before the show.
Right.
Well, okay, so I tried to do like a co-op question, but so Frosthaven is more like Frosthaven was so much fun when I played. Someone taught us and like basically like held our hands. It was our first time ever playing a campaign game like that, and it was so much fun. I had a great time. And I've never played Pandemic or Mansion of Madness. I don't really like co-op games, but I think I actually really like Frosthaven, like the campaign feel. I know Pandemic is kind of like that too, but like I don't own it. I own Frosthaven. I really like it. Mansions of Madness, I didn't even know it was a game until like later.
Yeah. No, Frosthaven is
Frosthaven's
fun.
fun, yeah.
It's almost like it reminds me of like playing an RPG, but
Mhm.
with no DM, and you don't have to worry too much about stats and rolling dice kind of deal.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a video game.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Which
I like
they
it.
actually have the Gloomhaven video game. It's fun.
Yeah.
They also have
That's the one.
Frosthaven. It's
so-
new and I don't think it's like fully out yet.
Okay.
All right. I guess we have to be on the spot too. So are you ready, or do you want me to go?
You go.
Okay. Let's see if I can remember. Okay. Number one, I shook President Obama's hand. Number two, I ran a marathon on the Great Wall of China. And number three, I've swam with sharks.
Mm. I don't like how you're like totally one-upping me in life right now.
Yeah. Like Obama. Yeah.
I mean, one of them's a lie.
Okay. Okay, I can totally see someone shaking Obama's hand. Like I feel like that is a very doable thing that would have happened. So
I wonder if Dave knows the answer.
Nope.
No? Okay.
I think that you have not run a marathon in China. I think you've just visited the Great Wall of China.
I'm gonna go with sharks.
Sharks.
That you-
Okay. Also, you both are wrong.
Oh.
We got
So
debated.
I did AmeriCorps, which is like a volunteer thing for a year, and it was the 25th anniversary of it, and I was invited to the White House, and so I saw Obama and Clinton give a speech, and I went to shake Obama's hand, and he shook someone else's hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
mean.
It's one of
Oh.
those, like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. And then I swam with sharks, but in an aquarium,
okay.
and then
Okay.
I did
Yeah,
run a
environment,
marathon on the
yeah.
Great Wall of China.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Great Wall. You run the whole wall, or like
I
don't
would
know
say
how long
about
the
a
wall is.
third of it is on the
Third of
actual
it is
The
on-
wall
okay.
is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
The wall is very, 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 very long.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
call it one of the seven wonders of the world, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could run
The whole thing. That would be a cool.
That'd be
cool run.
yeah. They should. Do
I mean,
it.
I'm sure people have done it, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hiked it maybe at least.
that'd be a good content. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good content.
Lots of views on YouTube. Are you ready?
Sure. Let me see. I would rather teach a board game than play it.
Okay.
I am undefeated in SETI.
Oh my gosh.
And then let's see. Oh, I. Sorry.
let me guess. This next one's gonna be the lie.
Is it? We'll never know.
He's bluffing. It's like all an act.
I used to be a very good poker player.
I'll let you go first because I think I know what I would choose, and maybe it's an advantage for me.
I think the SETI one is a lie. Because you smiled when he said that.
Yeah, I think the SETI one is a lie too, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with that.
I am undefeated.
Undefeated.
I'm still undefeated.
Dang it.
I think number 3 then is right. No?
Number 3 was a poker player,
Yeah.
and number 1 was you'd rather teach a game than play it.
Yeah.
So you'd rather teach a game than play?
I as much as I love playing board games, I love teaching it because when you have a group you're playing games with, you kind of always play with them, but it's sometimes hard to get together, play, right? And I love playing board games. So what's the next option? I gotta find another group, right? And if I wanted to play a certain game, I gotta teach it, right?
Yeah.
And then when I like a certain game or anything, I guess I like to share it, right? And then if I don't share it, then how are they gonna get into the same hobby or interest maybe? And that way you get find more opportunities to play it. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, I guess. Yeah. It's like, oh, I want to play SETI, or I recently got into Galactic Cruise, and I've been teaching people how to play Galactic Cruise.
Wow.
So all leads to being able to play more.
Exactly, right? So it's kind of double-edged sword, but I definitely really do enjoy sharing a specific hobby or game I really like playing, because if no one's playing it, how am I playing it, right? So it's kind of like double-edged sword, but like even at LFG Con, I taught 2 games of SETI, and that was like 8 hours of my time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
oh geez, yeah.
So
that's really cool. Being able to teach games is such a gift, and
yeah,
I would love to be taught a game by you someday because finding a good teacher is rare, I think.
Yeah. I think I mentioned it a lot with Dustin and George. Like, there's a huge difference in a demo, learn to play, how to play, and then strategy. Like so many, like it's very big distinct differences. And then a lot of people, when they think, oh, a demo is like they think demo is like how to play.
Yeah.
But it's really not. Demo is like a very short, this is the gist of the game, kind of deal. So
yeah, that's like my my shorts that I do. I would compare them to demos. Like, I'm not teaching you how to play. You can't watch my video and know how to play.
Yeah, right.
You'll know what the game is about, and you'll have a general idea.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Bonds, for coming on the show. If anyone's listening or watching, where can they find more about you?
Well, my name is spelled Banzainator, Banzainator, and I'm on all over on social media, and I live stream on Twitch Monday to Friday in the evenings, Pacific time.
Awesome.
Real quick, where did the name come from?
It was my Clash of Clans name.
Okay.
And then when I needed a username, then I was like, okay, I'll just use my Clash of Clans name. And then that's the one that just stuck over the years. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
No, I like it. It's very unique. So sticks out.
Cool. Well, thank you again, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.